Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, a free site, bettingangle.us, a free site. Today is Monday, January the 28th, 2019. Let's talk NBA, but first remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now this Saturday, that would be the 26th, I believe we got a glimpse of the NBA Finals, right? Let's just say it almost looks to me to be a done deal on who wins the championship. Understand the Golden State Warriors, with an out-of-shape, at least basketball shape, DeMarcus Cousins, went to Boston and played the Celtics in their home arena. Now, if you're a Celtic fan, understand, certain things happened that went well for you. Al Horford looked good, held his own. Kyrie Irving looked good, held his own. What I want people to do is to focus on that January 26th box score, right? If you're a team like the Celtics, you really can't expect everyone to be playing A-plus basketball, right? In a typical basketball game, some guys are going to have good games, other guys are not. Right here, some Boston Stars had good games. They were in front of their crowd. Boogie Cousins was not in prime Boogie Cousins condition. The end result was a Golden State Warrior victory. Right? Let me just say this. Of all the possible centers in the league, think of every center in the league. Of all the guys who could play center in the league, think of that power forward who could slide over and play center. Just understand that the Warriors somehow, just the way it worked out, ended up with the two guys in the entire league who fit them like a glove in the paint. The first is the guy we know, the guy who plays center in their small lineup. A guy who, even today, remains one of the best defensive big men in the league. Right? A guy who today remains one of the best passing big men in the league. Just look at the number of assists to look at the passing. Just look at the defensive player hardware. Right? Defensive Player of the Year award. Runner-up another year. Right? Draymond Green. Out of everyone in the league, a guy who doesn't demand the ball on offense is perfect for the Warriors. Right? In the paint for their small lineup. Right? What they call the death lineup. Well, what's the big equivalent? It would be a big who is an above average passer. You need to get the ball to the shooters. Right? Durant, Curry, Clay. Right? You would need a big who has size and who knows how to set picks. Right? This is something really almost nobody does. As well as Boogie Cousins. Understand, Anthony Davis just doesn't have the mass. Right? To set the kind of picks that Boogie Cousins sets. Boogie Cousins is a big man. Boogie Cousins can set picks. If you're going to be on the Golden State Warriors too, it greatly helps if you have an outside shot. Some centers don't. Boogie Cousins does. So here you have the Warriors with, in my opinion, the two best guys in the entire league that they could possibly have to play center in a small lineup and a big lineup. On a lineup that has great shooters. Right? Curry, who's second in the league in scoring. Has anyone figured that out? Right? Durant, Klay Thompson. Klay's having an up and down year, but look at the box score against the Celtics. Klay doesn't have to be 100% to score a bunch of points. So, folks, Boston had an opportunity at home to jump on a Warriors team that's still figuring out how to play with Boogie Cousins. And what happened? Boogie Cousins showed you, while out of shape, in the glimpses that you had of him on the court, why he and the Warriors are a match made in heaven. Why he on the Warriors, this version of the Golden State Warriors, have the most upside of any version of the Golden State Warriors during this 3-ring reign. Right? The Warriors have never had this presence in the paint. Certainly not with Jaja Pachulia. Certainly not with JaVale McGee. Right? You just didn't have this level of passing. There's a moment here where the Warriors take the ball up the court. And believe it or not, the guy handling the ball on the break is Boogie Cousins. He doesn't even look like he has the wind. Right? Looks like he's just getting into basketball shape. So Boogie looks one way. He throws the ball at a different angle. Coming down the lane is Kevin Durant, who finishes the break. Right? They were on the road. The crowd was silent. I'm just telling you that if you're on the court, if you're Kevin Durant, and I understand Durant's a free agent, you've got to be looking at this and you've got to be astonished. You've got to understand that you're already on a loaded team that just swept the NBA Finals. And now you have a big guy who can lead a fast break with the passing skills to just effortlessly find you cutting down the lane. Think about it. A fast break of Boogie Cousins and Kevin Durant. You don't even get to Curry, who's second in scoring and who's shooting about 44% this year from three-point range. Now the casino's punishing you. They're punishing you on the futures line. Right? It's clear that if the Warriors stay healthy, and that's a big if, Boogie himself is coming off of an Achilles injury. Right? Guys are older. Curry himself has missed several games this year already. Right? In basketball, you can be the king. You can be LeBron James, have a groin injury, and be out of the game for days. Right? Injuries you can't predict. But if these Warriors stay healthy, folks, it looks like a done deal from this seat. Boston clearly can't hang with them. The Warriors spaced the court so well. Curry, of all the people in the league, Curry got open looks. If you can't prevent Steph Curry from getting open looks when you're playing this loaded Warrior team, babe, you got problems. Right? The casino right now, and it's late January, is giving you, believe it or not, a minus 200 on the Golden State Warriors to win it all. Terrible odds. So much could go wrong. Bet 20 to win 10. Can you imagine? My point to you is Boston, Milwaukee, Toronto, they have no shot of stopping this team. The only team that might, and you're getting 12 to 1 odds on them, are the Houston Rockets if Chris Paul comes back and everything clicks like it did last year. Let's remember, The Rockets had the Warriors up on the ropes in Game 6 and Game 7 of their series. Right? The Rockets, though, do have issues. Clint Capella is out. Chris Paul was hurt last year. A hamstring is the kind of thing that could give you lingering problems. But other than the Houston Rockets, folks, it's a cakewalk for the Golden State Warriors to their 4th title in the last 5 years. Right? Understand, as good as the Warriors were last year and the year before that, they've never been this good. They've never had this big man. He fits them so well that at the end of the year, the Warriors are going to have a very expensive decision to make. It's going to be very expensive. Do you let this guy walk out the door? I'm just telling you. Given the ages of everyone involved, the Warriors will never be this good again if they let Boogie walk out the door. Right? You have to keep Durant. You have to keep Clay. You've already signed Curry. You have to keep Draymond. Right? My point to you is, even by Warrior standards, 73-win team standards, right? Boogie Cousins puts the cherry on top. Right? I know the luxury tax is onerous. But if you're an owner, you look in the garage and there's a Lamborghini, what do you do? I think you have to sign him. They're moving into a new arena. Treat the fans to something even special by 3 rings in 4 years standards. He's huffing. He's puffing. Doesn't look to be in great shape. Isn't as quick as he was before the Achilles injury. He's also leading fast breaks. He's setting picks where Curry's man isn't even in the picture when Curry takes the 3. He's giving shooters 40 from 3, 50 overall, 90 from the free throw line. He's giving shooters wide open looks. You want to know how bad it was? The game's competitive. Curry gets to the line. They show a graphic. Curry hadn't missed a free throw since January 3rd. Folks, the game was January 26th. So I was in a bar and we were laughing, saying, gee, you better not foul Curry. So later Durant gets to the line. Durant also has a free throw percentage this year over 90%. Clay over 80%. 3 guys on the team have free throw percentages over 80%. 2 of them over 90%. Right? And you're watching the game. You're looking at Cousins, an all-star center, in the paint. And we're so jaded by the brilliance of the Warriors over the last few years that no one stops and says to themselves, my God. My God. When's the last time we've had a team like this? No, not the Spurs. No, not Shaq and Kobe. Right? You really have to go back a while. Right? You really have to go back to 444 or, 67 Sixers or something like that. Vegas is giving you a minus 200 on this team right now. I think you need a position here. Right? I'll agree. If they face, let's say, Boston in the finals, the line on the Warriors, while it'll be higher than a minus 200, it won't be appreciably higher. Nonetheless, this team is so loaded. I don't think you're going to get a minus 200 again. unless somebody gets hurt. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comments section of this video. NBA, in a word, Warriors. Thanks for stopping by.